All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master. Today we're talking about management groups and something very sketchy they preach. Now, I've talked about my dislike for waiters in many videos. Now, anytime I talk to shop managers or shop owners about some management groups, specific to the ones I'm talking about, they preach waiters. And while that's true, that's not really what they teach. What they teach is capturing the car. What I mean by that is, yes, they will bring in, yeah, you can wait on it. And then once they've got the car in their grubby little hands, things change. And what I mean by that is all of a sudden, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit before we can get parts. So why don't you go ahead and take an Uber home? And that's where the sketchy stuff really comes in. I'm sure some shops do it right, i.e. explain to the customer that it's probably gonna be 2 days before you get your car back, but I'm guessing most do not. My experience with it is they want the car in-house so the car is captured, the customer can't get their car back, and the shop can make excuses on why it's not getting back to them, i.e. they can keep it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 days. That's what they really preach, is not bring it in, we'll look at it real quick and we'll get it fixed to you. And a true waiter. The best way I can describe it is a true waiter is like a dealership waiter. They bring the car in, they go get their Starbucks coffee or whatever, and they literally wait a couple hours to get their car back. Whatever the complaint is, etc. They wait a couple hours to get their car back. That's not what these management groups preach. They want to capture the car into the house, whether it's for previous wrecks or etc. They want to get the car in-house so then they can hold the car hostage. Now, what they do after that is a lot of the sketch. This is where service writers make up stories. We know what service writers will do. And, oh, well, this part was wrong or, whatever, we haven't, la, 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 la. And again, they want the car in-house. And honestly, the technique works. But the problem with it for me is a moral issue. At best, you're misleading the customer on how their car is going to be treated. The reality of it is you want the car in-house and you're not getting to it for 2-3 days. All you're doing is getting that car in-house so you can hold it hostage. And morally, it's wrong. I don't know how some of these shops maintain good reviews based on doing this kind of stuff, where the car gets dropped off on a Wednesday and doesn't get returned to the customer to the next Friday. I mean, you got to have some really good BSers up front to be able to maintain that and keep them happy. I don't know why people just can't be honest, but they're so afraid of losing the business that the customer wants to spend money right now, even though we can't do it right now. And it just becomes a lie. I'm railing against this kind of treatment of customers in the industry because it's wrong. It simply is wrong. You're misleading the customers at best and other things at worst. So I know this was a rant, but this is the kind of stuff that makes me hate certain management groups. They preach horrible things and people love them for it. They preach things that mistreat customers and people praise them because they make money. That's what it comes down to. It's not about treating customers right or anything like that. It's how much money you can bring in. And, in that case, yes, capturing the car definitely works, because once you've got the car, you hold it until you get it done and then you get money. And you don't have the even remote possibility once that car is in-house of losing that money unless the customer drives by and sees it outside and comes in and starts screaming. Chances are you've got that money. So that's what the waiter plan is about, is simply misleading customers. So again, I know this was, like I said, I know this was ranty, but It's something I think the industry needs to get the heck away from. It's just wrong. So thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.